Yo, what's up guys, Jack go back over here, and then one of the things that I want to talk about, right, is that the positioning on the camera and all is like way too zoom in, and then every time, right, when there's like wow, I suddenly want to like bring out my hands, right, then it feels like hands is like playing around like that, ooh, and then as I'm talking lah. And I kinda put it up onto the YouTube, and then there is like those like caption and all, so I turn on the caption and then I see all the words, right. I was like reading, and then as I watch my own video, and then the thing is that it's not accurate lah. I think because that is why I want to be able to pronounce stuff much better, and then work on my hands when to bring them out, like not too often, and then at the same time I wanted to say like look at the camera, but I don't want to do that. I want to be like more so called genuine, more authentic in the sense of how I actually think. So that's pretty much how I think about it, and then the strategy towards like how am I gonna put up videos, and how I strategize to put up videos, that kind of stuff, is that say when I post up like video about Dota, right, like in between or before or after, that kind of stuff, I can just jump in right over here before I start talking about the Dota stuff. I can talk more about my lifestyle, more like real life stuff. Yeah. And then after talking about real life stuff, right, then talk about Dota stuff. I feel like I'm pretty much like a momentum kind of a guy. So in a sense that momentum, in the sense that I need to like keep creating the vibes, stay on the vibe, like keep my momentum of my voice right ongoing, and then so that I can be able to like keep my train of thoughts working, and then more like authentic voice or more authentic ideas, more authentic like things that I think about to be produced out, to be output over here. I think that's pretty much it, and so that's pretty much for the live stuff. So now move on to the Dota part. So play 2 games. One is AA, and then one is Wave King. This AA game, right, is my second last game. And then what happened was that I always like when it comes to the picking draft, right, I will always try to last pick. And then what happened is that at one point, like as usual, I'll be waiting, and then I'll be minusing goal, and then yada, and then at the last moment when it's between me and the mid laner, we both of us were like on AFK mode, so we didn't like actually. I AFK on purpose, but on his side I think he's on AFK. So what happened is that both of us like didn't move, and then bing, it randoms out me and AA. I'm like, what the fuck? I like gone crazy already, but eventually we actually freaking won that game. I don't know how. So that game itself, I actually applied what I actually learned on the previous videos. It actually kind of helps a lot, and at the same time playing on the AA, like one of the most like detrimental, one of the most devastating moment was that I died once, and then I respawned, and then I TP'd, and then I died again. I was like fuck, and then I changed the lane, and then we just kind of play, and then we somehow won that game. That game is pretty trashy, I would say. Yeah. Kind of like applied whatever I learned, but that hero that I played, I think I played I performed like shit. Like my team was doing the work. My 4 teammates were like carrying my game lah at the point of time. And then one of the thing that I want to be more like I want to take note of is my hand movement fidgeting onto my face, that kind of stuff. I need to stop that, but at the same time I don't want to be over judgmental towards like how I actually do things, that kind of stuff, and how I actually voice out that kind of a thing. So second last game, nothing much to talk about lah. So I'm looking over here, it's like 5 minutes 45 seconds. I think right now I'm looking at my last game. So my last game I actually played Wraith King. It's a free lane, legit like free lane. Like what happened was that I was able to like just get a lot of free space. I was farming and all that kind of stuff. I think some of the key things that actually happened during that game is that I found very fast, items came in really very fast. But in terms of like at some point whereby I see where a point when I can actually recall is that at the top hill jungle at the opponent side area, and then my teammates got one by one picked off, and then I walked through there and then I died as well, and I was the third one to die. And then it's like most of the calls being called out lah. It's one of my call, and then I'm like one of the most farm hero, and then I got killed. I face palm because I got so much momentum in the game. I know that if we were to play together we will win so much, but at the same time, looking on the other hand, when looking at the perspective of like me playing as a public player, right, and then it's like it's definitely there will be times when players get caught out. Like I was like basically sitting down there, right, I was like dwelling like fuck, like why must they do this, like can't they like group up together? Like I'm starting to like get into a sense of how actually the public players feel every single time their teammate made a stupid mistake and then they fucked up. I kinda like have some sort of like empathy towards like how they actually like genuinely feel. That's why they like sort of like talk shit, talk like very vulgarly, that kind of stuff. I'm starting to feel that little bit of angst, I'll say. And I think that's a very good point of perspective, but good perspective, basically good perspective, but we do not want to behave onto that area. We want to look onto like just a form of like how people react, how people like behave whenever that kind of a shit happens. We don't want to spend so much time on dwelling. That's not how you actually improve on this game itself, is to take a step back and then look at things in a neutral, calm, cool, collected version of myself. I genuinely feel that that's how we as Dota players should be able behave and then play on the proper way of Dota. So basically, facts like this is that what in a neutral way, how a neutral way will actually approach this problem. Is say like we're playing on a pub game, there will be random feeds. Let's leave it there aside and look at how we can like be more efficient when they do that. Maybe like push out the lanes, don't show in lane, get more jungle farm, stand by to sit on which lane to be able to push out so that the opponent cannot get their objective. What is the opponent's objective? That kind of a thing. I think that I have not like touched on upon like this objective kind of a thing. So yeah, mistakes like this, it just brings us to this version of ourselves, of being a better version of ourselves, to become a better player. So I'm looking at this thing, it's on to 10 minutes. Obviously the thing that I actually talk of right over here, it's like pretty lengthy, I'll say. And yeah man, so that's it for this part right over here. Maybe I'll continue again, because maybe I still have something else, because I don't feel like straight away cutting off. So that was for now.